Hi, hello everyone. This is Timothy with TimothyGroup.com, and today is Tuesday, so we have Tea Time with Tim, also known as our Tea of the Week today. So, I know, forgive me, I didn't do last week. My very first Tuesday Tea of the Week that I didn't do on a Tuesday. So far, within the last, I think it's been 3 months already. So, but I was in the middle of moving from Seattle, and it's my second week out here. So forgive me in advance for the messy apartment, because it's going to be a little messy today. But I thought I would do things a little bit different. And you know how we do the loose tea in the infusers? Well, I was going to show you guys. I have sachets, and I'm going to show you what a sachet is in just a minute. Essentially, they're the little pouches. They're the little, pouches that you put in what we're most used to consuming. It's just I haven't sold them yet because I haven't found any boxes. I'm sure if I go online to Basic Packaging Supply Store or even Amazon, I have their business account. And their business account is pretty reasonable too. So, and then even better, my business account is paid for through my phone because I have Prime availability through the phone. So I just look out in all kinds of ways. But speaking of looking out, I went down to look for further employment today at the local employment office, and we're going to see how that is. On the plus, they were very impressed about my background with SpaceX, Starlink, and also my 5.5 years with Tesla. It's an area too that I'm pretty proud in, and I'm hoping that finding additional employment will be nevertheless really simple and easy. But it does take work, and I'm highly ambitious and very motivated, and I do like working. So frankly, too, I kind of prefer doing my own thing in my own business. But I got to keep on working at that. Considering it's only been, I think, 4 months or something. I've done surprisingly well for only 4 months, and kind of like learning everything as I go today too. But anyways, I wasn't actually going to do the tea that we did today because it's one of my more original packages, and then also too I haven't made a blend in a long time for it. But I've had such success. So also in addition, side note, I had my first flea market event. Deja's down there trying to get my attention. But I had what's called the Piccadilly, which is the largest flea market running in Eugene. And for Super Bowl Sunday, I had a whole lot of fun. I had a couple of sales, and I had a whole lot of people like my little small packages of tea that we have here. And the green tea and elderberry was a big hit too. In fact, I think I only have one left. So we'll get to that in just a moment and get our tea started for the week. So stay tuned. So I just wanted to add some water in my percolator, and I got my percolator in the house. It's all set up with the coffee and oatmeal and even sea moss back here. That's what that is. So I'm going to get back into that soon. It's just that's kind of separate thing, kind of acquired. But if you're interested on sea moss, I'm definitely the guy to talk to because I've definitely done the homework to tell you the difference between the 85% to 90% forgery out there and the actual legit Irish sea moss there is out there, because most of it is mistitled or basically, frankly, falsely sold out there. But that's another story. It is weird. It's a little weird because you blend it up and it's kind of gooey, kind of like a smoothie. But I really like it, so I'm going to get back to that. But back to our tea of the week, because that's what we're here for. We're not here for sea moss week. I got my green tea and elderberry, and I love my original stamp, custom stamp I made right there. But as you can tell, though, I handwrite them because I think it's fun, and I think it's part of like the theme that I'm going for a small independent business and all that. But the stamp smears on these type of packagings, and I think it's because there's like some kind of coating, like a wax coating or something on the outside, and it smears. So most of the time that I stamp them, they get smudged and kind of messy, and I don't like that. A way to prevent that is to stamp them before I package them and stamp them early and let them dry. But even when they dry, though, we're just going to test it out here because I'm probably not going to sell this one no more. Alright, well, this one's staying better, but it still smears a little bit. You see that? So I want to fix that. I'm either going to, frankly, deal with it, or I was thinking about putting another brown label over it. I could do a white label with my laser printer, but I don't like the way the contrast looks. But surprisingly, people love that I have these little $5 baggies, and they just wanted more. So I thought I would take the last one that I have and use that for our tea today. And then let's get our tea, actually our water, nice and going. So the percolator I should have gotten like 100 years ago, back when the dinosaurs were still roaming, because it is awesome. Now, you're like, oh, I can just boil water. Sure, this boils water for you too. But just due to the way it's engineered, it has a little coil inside it right there. And the trigger connects it to the base, obviously, and it will heat it up like that. It is just such a convenient device right there. And these are my sachets here that I have here. We're just going to close that and make it more tidy. These are called sachets. So we're going to put a little bit of tea in one of these, kind of more familiar what many of you are used to. And if you want me to sell these, let me know, because I can either sell them loose as they are and sell them like in baggies, but I really like the idea of getting them in like a cardboard box, kind of what we're used to. And don't worry, I'm only putting my fingers in here. They're washed, they're freshly washed, but only because I'm going to be the only one having it today, so don't worry about that. Otherwise, I wouldn't really put my fingers in there. But we're going to get that started, and only because it takes a little bit of dexterity, and I'm currently filming on the telephone. I'll be right back, and we're going to fill this right up. So I used less than a teaspoon, and it's called a teaspoon because it's for tea, right? But I used less than a teaspoon for the sachet. The little baggie is called a sachet, and yeah, it's really more than what we need for our cup right here, and our cup's 12 ounces. Your average cup of tea, or your I guess like classified cup of tea, is 6 ounces. So we do twice as much, but we're Americans, so we do twice as much about everything. So the sachet is full, and I just got done boiling the water, but all you do, well, it's going to come to you already pre-tied, but I tie it because I just made a fresh one like that, and I don't have to use the infuser. I can even sell the sachets just as they are if you guys really wanted to, but I imagine a lot of you guys can just get the sachets. But our tea of the week is going to be green tea and elderberry. So I had a really high demand on selling these little brown baggies, surprisingly. I think because they go for $5 a bag, and I think people are a lot more willing to go $5 than $8, although the $8 the bag is almost twice as much, but economics for you, right? And then we got our freshly boiled water from our percolator, and let's see if I can do this on the telephone just right. We're just going to fill it up. So, forgive the messy stove. I was making tacos like all of yesterday. Freaking make gringo tacos. So why are they gringo? Because they're basically got cheese and sour cream and rice and stuff in them. So just because it's what I had at the house, and I like making gringo tacos. But even though I clean the stove, there's all kinds of stuff you be doing with them. And so also too, I sell I know this isn't a shovel. This is one of my compostable teaspoons, but I like that they're both green. But as you can see, the water is already changing instantly. But as you know, if some of you have seen my posts in the past, we want to wait about 10 minutes, maybe 12, to let the boiled water get to a temperature that is basically warm enough or cool enough for us to drink. So normally in the sachets too, you have the little string that you hang outside, but as you saw, I just kind of like dumped the whole thing in there. So I'm used to kind of like, you know, more just kind of tossing tea in there and having tea. But I know a lot of us folks in the States, we're used to having tea just like this. So just get the sachet and let it sit there. We're going to give it about 10 minutes or so, cool down, probably talk about some things and get back to that. So I think too, you guys know I actually sell these teacups. I sell them in pink, like an aquamarine color and a blue. No, sorry. Pink, aquamarine is blue. And my little green ones right here. So I love my green ones. And then also too, I'm going to be working soon on doing decal. I don't know if I want to do permanent decal or if I want to do ink, but I'm going to attempt permanent decal first. Permanent vinyl, sorry. To do my decal and then see how that goes. So, tell me too if you guys can hear better or prefer the sound when I have my headphones in, because I'm going to be working on my headphones, and also I'm going to be working on getting better lighting in here. For some reason, this apartment came with really, really weird lighting. All the lighting is way over there, and none of it's where I have my office. So I could have the office in the actual bedroom, but as of now, I've been having my office in the living room area and using the actual bedroom for basically like a studio for work. And like, where I have my socks and all my inventory, my packaging stuff, Deja and her stuff, and then I got like some clothes and that kind of stuff in there right now. So it's not actually a bedroom. I think part of it too is because I'm so used to living in a studio. In fact, I think this is my very first one bedroom I've ever lived in. I think I've only lived in studios or shared community residencies or what have you in the past. So this is my first one bedroom. So I think sleeping in a one bedroom, like I could do it, it's all right. But then also too, my neighbor, he snores, I think, louder than I do. So I think I get better rest actually in the living room. But as you guys know, we're gonna talk a little bit about Fallout, because Fallout is the best thing ever. And I got to play with my friend Morgan. So everybody say, "What up, Morgan?" Mr. Morgan Hurt. He's one of my best guy friends out there, and we got to play a little bit of Fallout 76 and get to check out his base and all that. So, if you guys ever want to talk Fallout, play Fallout, or anything Fallout, definitely leave a comment. Let me know. Talk to me. Hit me up. Whatever it is, we will definitely fall out. In fact, I'm ultra excited on doing my best to do vendor work for the Fallout events. Although the event organizers, if I mean, they are event organizers, but it's just essentially, so I've been told, a couple of guys that are just, as big of fans as I am, who actually been putting on the shows, and I want to do my best to be one of their vendors, because, oh my goodness, first talk about where the money's at, right? And second, I think I have a niche that will work perfect for Fallout. Partly I think is because of my interest in it, and partly is because I have very creative business ideas, and I see it working out very well. It's just a matter of getting enough supplies and enough resources put together to do a weekend in Nevada and a weekend in West Virginia, and taking time off and what have you from Oregon to do all that, and then also having enough tea, and even if I gotta buy water like somewhere to boil it or what have you to make the tea. I could travel, with 100 gallons of tea, like, what is that, like 1,300 miles or something ridiculous. But yeah, those are all things that I'm gonna have to put into order to, make it happen. So, but as of now, I'm doing my best to, do the local flea markets here, and also see if I can get into their farmer market. But the farmer market, though, I might have to do a couple of adjustments. I might have to find a new tea vendor, which I'm going to be trying working on with a local tea company, or herb company out here in Oregon, and then that should qualify me in order to meet the requirements for the flea market. But enough of me about the flea market. Let's do a little Fallout while we're waiting for the tea to cool down. I am so excited when I get ahead. Oh, that's my scale for the tea. I am so excited for when I can get a webcam and do my own, get a headset and do my own streaming videos, because we will have 100 million hours of fun. I tell you. But I've only played a couple hours. I only played a little bit this weekend, so I can have a little bit of time playing with my friend and checking out his camp. But this is my camp right here, and I have to remember to look it up where it's at again. But right now we're going to make a little bit of food, see what we got here. But oh my goodness, if you guys like anything Fallout, let me know, because we can play Fallout forever, and I can make money playing Fallout. That would be probably almost as good as going to space. Making money off of Fallout and getting my butt into space is probably my ultimate goals. That and having a successful brand company. But as in real life, that's my bed. Not much to look at. Also, you need a turret in your house, just like in real life. And then my vendor, let's go see. Oh my goodness, let's see what we have in my vendor. You guys are gonna laugh. Oh, we got it up here. Sure, I got some of your basics, but also, just in case you guys run out of toilet paper, I got toilet paper for sale for 15 caps and pre-war money for 3 caps. So don't worry, I'm your guy. But I think this is the Flatwoods region, and I love building my base in Flatwood. The reason why is because it's a really good beginner base, and second, there's so many resources right out my window right here. I mean, that's like essentially one of the first missions for the first responders is literally right out my window. And then you got ramen, and you got floral goodies that you can add for your cooking. You got the church with the vendor bot, and so you got everything up in here. Now, I don't have a roof on my house because I just started a couple hours. I've only played like a total of 5 hours. We got someone up in the house. Let's find out. I think it's one of those Libertarian bots. Nope. It's a freaking nope. That's my boss Electron. I don't know where they're shooting at, but we're gonna find out. We're just gonna shoot back, right? So freaking beaver. Leave the beaver alone, but we might make something tasty out of him. Let's see. This is gonna be my roof. So eventually, I'm gonna have other goodies and stuff up here, but as I mentioned, I only got a couple hours put in. So I'm only at the level that I'm at. Oh, look at that. We got the Scorch. What are they doing up in here? Well, they're not going to be alive long enough to realize. Oh my goodness. So normally the Scorch don't come over here, but I guess it's one of those random events or whatever. So yeah, freaking Fallout can do 100 million hour. And then 76, a lot of people dog it, but I like that it's continuously growing on the server. I mean, the 6 years it's been, see, that's my house right there. The 6 years that it's been, it has, evolved into such a great storyline, so many different things. You can do be a vendor, do the Brahmins, be a what do they call them? The guys who do the trade and stuff. You can go on the events and go to the pit. What else can you do? You can do the wayward quest and all that, and do the bullion and the gold, and learn how the currency has been, learn why people came back to West Virginia, and then you get to learn the actual map of West Virginia. Has me heck of want to visit, except over here because the mountains get kind of weird. But I want to go visit their snow resort, and there's a real city out there. They have a top ski resort actually in West Virginia, and I have a lot of interest in that because even though it's on I think the more expensive side of West Virginia, it's probably affordable for most of us. So worth interesting. But anyways, yeah, you get to check out the map and all kinds of stuff. And as I mentioned, Brotherhood of Steel already came back. The Enclave came back. So much going on. But yeah, like I said, if you guys have any questions or you want to know anything Fallout or Fallout related, I'm definitely your guy. But enough of that. We're going to go check on the tea. Oh, wait, just kidding. Just because I get so excited. Let's see what level I'm at. Level 19. Now, don't let that fool you, though, because I was playing with my friend, and we did a bunch of quests, and I went to a bunch of places. So I leveled up pretty fast. But also, there's a option where you can level up to level 20 right outside the vault. But just like in real life, I guess, I like to work up to my my levels, my experience. So I like to put the work into it, do the grind, even though it sucks sometimes. So get some water so that way he's still alive when I come back. So, all right, let's get back to our tea. So, I'm telling you, easy 5-7 minutes just meandering about Fallout. But see, it's a really dark color right now. And even though it's a green tea, it looks really dark. But part of that is because of the elderberry. And part of it's just because it kind of has a darker color. But the elderberry is what gives it that color right there. So I think it's still a little too hot, but we're going to test it out. So yeah, it's just barely cool enough to drink. So in fact, I don't know if you can see, it makes my glasses a little foggy if I breathe into the glass. So I gotta take it very but it's a really nice flavor though. And what I like about these, because also I make them myself, is you really taste the green tea in it. So if you're a fan of green tea, or you're a fan of those more kind of like bolder flavors, definitely this is the way to go. And then the elderberry, sure, it's good for taste, but also is magnificent for fighting off bugs, and that kind of stuff. And I ain't talking about them bugs they like crawl. I'm talking like potential viruses, bacteria, and little bugs inside of our body. It really helps with our immune system. And the green tea, just drinking tea, especially as much as I do, has astonishing benefits. So I'll let you guys Google it because I don't want to be basically painted into a corner or give any wrong accusations or what have you. But I mean, I've also done my foreign language class in Chinese, and did my thesis or my exiting statement or whatever it was about tea. So I've learned a lot of it, and then also too, um, you know, growing up and stuff, I've had basically drinking a lot of. I've been exposed to a lot of different teas for most of my life, and then also too, although how we say, God bless it, their soul. My granddad, my mom's dad, when we visit him, we'd always have iced tea, which is a little bit different. I might get into iced tea when we do the summers. What's weird is I know there's this guy out here, not in Oregon, but just out there, like in the internet, in the universe. He sells flavored iced tea, but you have to add the sugar and like what have you. And I get okay adding water, sure, but also to add the sugar to make your sweetened flavored iced tea, I'm kind of like, all right. But I mean, he sells a good product, and I guess it's easier to add your own sugar and cheaper on your end, on the consumer's end, than him trying to put sugar inside of a little packet like these sachets or what have you. But anyways, I don't do well. I should say the blended teas that already come pre-blended, like my fruit blend teas, those are dipped in fruit flavor, but they don't have additional sugar outside of that. And with these teas right here, just due to their natural fragrance and taste, I don't sweeten them, and also I don't drink sweetened tea on my own. But I know it's big for the South, and I know a lot of people like to have it sweetened, so I figure that's too according to their taste. So I'm telling you though, if you guys like the sachets, and you guys want me to carry them, let me know. And also too, feel free to. I normally wouldn't say subscribe and like and all that because I think that's just needy and gives out needy vibes, and also all this is just not my thing. But once I hit 50 subscribers, then I can do the YouTube live. And also because, you take, God forbid, you take off like, 5 hours off of making videos. 5 hours, not really, but you take like a day off of, like seriously, a day off of TikTok or a day off of YouTube, and they just like throw you at the bottom of the algorithm. So, it's definitely a dog eat dog world out there, and that's why you get all these um, video makers and influencers and people like me, where we just sit down and enjoy some tea. And, if you want, you can buy it or, like my channel and figure out what Timmy's about, the Timmy brand or me or what have you. But, the reason why people push for it is because it's quite rigorous and it's very, potentially painful. I'm sure a lot of you know on even making the quota for being monetized and stuff like that. So although I feel, down, maybe a year or two, I might be qualified to be monetized for YouTube. I'm putting my luck more into TikTok. So I have already, I think, over 30,000 views on TikTok within like 3 months or something like that. So do the math on that. It's doing pretty well for me. And also too, what's nice is they do like AI generated videos for items that you sell on your TikTok page. So if I list an item for sale, like a pair of socks or what have you, they'll do a generated video that I can input and customize and kind of put together to make it more audience friendly, I guess is a good way to say it. But they do a good job with that too. So I really think it's nice changing it up to green tea, especially for someone like me. I like your kind of like more stronger taste, your more earthy taste. And this one I don't taste much of the elderberry, but also too just due to how I guess, potent the elderberry can be. It's kind of like takes a little bit to balance out the amount of berries that you put in for like the leaves. I have a decent ratio already put out. I think I do 1 to 1/4, 1/5, or something like that. But doing the blends is definitely um, a balance that you want to make to try to get that, absolute flavor. So, but as I'm sitting here enjoying my tea, that paper in the back, by the way, I just have it because they're testing the fire alarm system tomorrow, and I know it may be kind of strange, but when I put things on the wall or tape them or what have you, or I put them like right in my view of sight, it's a lot easier for me to remember and recognize them. So I'm definitely the type that if I put it away somewhere, it does not exist in my mind or my universe. So it literally has to stick out right in front of me. So that's what that paper is behind me. And then after tomorrow, it will be gone because that's when our fire alarm test is. So I have my computer set up, and I don't have my laser printer set up yet or my Cricut, but those are going to be tasks done for the week. So this week I've just been looking at their employment sector. Last weekend I did the the Piccadilly, the flea market, but it wasn't this last Sunday though. I don't think. I think it was prior last Sunday. This last Sunday, I think I was getting ready for moving fully out here because it's a 6 hour drive each way. It's ridiculous, and I was doing that several times. So it turns out my small business isn't so small. So it's nearly like half the items that I own. And since I have a compact car, that was definitely taking a little bit of work. But I hope to see you guys though at the Piccadilly, and I hope to see you guys at future flea markets. And also, don't forget you can also order online at timothygroup.com. I just have to update and generate my inventory. But my timothygroup.com, my actual website, does a pretty good job. And then Cozy Gifts by Tim, that's my TikTok account, and that does pretty good too. But that doesn't have my tea because even though dry tea is not part of the food handler, what have you, TikTok still is making me have to get permission in order to sell dry tea because it's considered as a food item, which is fine. But even though I put in a request, I don't know if I'm just waiting or if they're filing it, or I must have missed something. Just like with my website, although I get a little bit of traction, I did do a little bit of work into personalizing. It's called the SEO, or the search engine optimization results. And that's where you let Google basically go into the back door of your website and find all the keywords or key points. So when people search for loose leaf tea or socks or whatever or Timmy, they know where to route it and where to go. But I've been having a lot of what are they called? Like, I forget right now. Indexing errors and stuff like that, and then I have to go in and like manually correct them and that kind of stuff. And so, as I can see though, my videos, they seem to get longer and longer, and so maybe because I just love listening to YouTube, I could listen to YouTube almost every waking moment, and I never thought that I'd be the one making YouTube, but definitely my quality and can improve, and other stuff can improve. And although I've made easy probably 200 plus videos, 95% of them, 98% have been shorts, TikTok friendly and Instagram friendly. Now, doing the tea of the week like these are not Instagram friendly. They take up either too much data or they're too much time length for their platform. So I have to, what's it called? Like break it down into one of those TikTok reels, and then I can put it on Instagram. But yeah, I guess stay tuned and we'll see what kind of tea we have next week. And like I said, if you guys have any questions or you have any preference on tea, or if I should add some or, take some away or what have you, or what Piccadilly is or Fallout, or you guys just want to sit back and have a cup of tea with me or with me and Deja, feel free to let me know. And then also too, um, maybe we'll do like interviews and stuff, where we have different people we interview and that kind of stuff and talk about tea. But stay tuned till next Tuesday. See you guys then. Bye.